Have you ever laid there in bed trying to get to sleep? Your mind is racing, your heart's pounding, you get so frustrated, and it just seems like the night goes on and on forever. Well, of course, you might be suffering from a bout of insomnia. Here are a couple tricks to help you fall asleep faster and get a good, restful night's sleep. The first and easiest thing that you might try is chamomile tea. Right before bed, have a cup or two of chamomile tea. It's very mild, but that can be a good thing. You don't always have to go to the strongest dose of something. Don't go out and buy that store-bought stuff that's been on the shelf for the last 2 years. Herbs really lose their potency fairly quickly. So get your chamomile from a very good, high-quality source. A lot of times you can get it online from a place like Mountain Rose Herbs or Frontier Co-op. The next thing you might try is an amino acid called L-theanine. Here's the problem. When you're lying in bed and your heart is pounding, your mind is racing, you probably are in something called the sympathetic side of your nervous system, which is going to keep your heart rate elevated. You're going to be releasing things like adrenaline and cortisol and keeping you awake. L-theanine is like an antidote to that sympathetic side of your nervous system. It will kick you over to the parasympathetic side of your nervous system and allow you to relax and fall asleep. This is a great remedy if you have just had some caffeine, like in a cup of coffee, and you just can't get to sleep. L-theanine is like the perfect antidote for caffeine. The next thing you might try is tryptophan or 5-HTP. Here's the reason why. Melatonin is the body's sleep hormone. Melatonin is produced by serotonin. If you have a deficiency in serotonin, you're not going to be able to produce enough melatonin to fall asleep correctly. So you need to build your stores back up of serotonin. 5-HTP and L-tryptophan are both precursors to serotonin. Personally, I like 5-HTP a little bit better because it's one less step in the chemical process to produce serotonin. If that still isn't working, you might want to go on to some stronger herbs like valerian, skullcap, and passion flower. I usually prefer a tincture form of all of those, and you can take one dropper full, a full dropper full, in a glass of water of each one of those about 30 minutes before bed. As a last resort, you might want to try melatonin directly as a supplement. Melatonin taken and swallowed is not very effective, so you should be taking a sublingual form of melatonin, which is something that dissolves under your tongue. There are a lot of good companies out there that make a sublingual melatonin, but be careful. If you take it too often, your body won't be producing melatonin on its own, and there is some risk of dependency or withdrawal. As a quick side note, if you're waking up in the middle of the night, that is totally different from not being able to get to sleep in the first place. Really, when you wake up in the middle of the night, that is a blood sugar issue and an adrenal issue. Please take a look at the videos that I post on those topics for more specific remedies based on those problems. Well, I hope that helps. For more specific remedies for exactly what's happening to you, I urge you to check out my website and contact me if you'd like to schedule a phone or a video conferencing appointment.